Man, I am hyped. That is an awesome video right there. My goodness. Hey, welcome to the show. We're back on Armory Enlistment Live tonight. Tonight's pretty cool. We got some pretty cool guys here in teams, the EOD, the Army EOD people. So, hey, I'm Matt Quick. I got Shantae Waterbury here, Sam Block on controls tonight. Sergeant Watts, the EOD recruiter, and Sergeant Major Christ, he is the EOD, well, really the 20th Suburni chemical, biological, radiological, nuclear, explosive Sergeant Major for retention. So that's a huge name. And I barely got it out there. So, hey, thanks for coming on. I think Sergeant Major Chris has a video to show us tonight.
20th Suburni Command, the nation's only command of its kind. Chemical, biological, radiological, nuclear, and explosives. Responsible for delivery of integrated Suburni capabilities. Liberty we defend.
If that doesn't hype you up, I'm not sure what does. So really, who wants to blow stuff up, right? Who's with me? Hey, so tonight we'll talk to Sergeant Major Chris and Sergeant Watts. We're gonna get you to you soon, but hey, real fast, if you got any questions tonight, ask your questions. We have Sam Block will be looking at questions. If they're important enough, we'll get to them. If they're not, we're going to bypass them, all right? So make sure your questions are good. And that's some rules of engagement tonight. Again, there's no beard to discussion tonight. And let me come in here real fast. There's no beard discussion tonight, but I've got mine just to show off, though, right? So that's enough about that. But hey, Sergeant Major Chris, let us know what 20th Suburni is all about. Tell us a little bit about your background, not where you're from, but the cool stuff in your military career, and tell us why people should join the 20th Suburni.
Hey, Matt, thanks for the invite for the show tonight. Just to give us a quick background on myself, I've been a career counselor for 13 years. I've served within the 10th Mountain Division. Most of my career has been inside the 18th Airborne Corps, other than being on the platform as the SLC instructor. After coming out of the academy, I got the opportunity to come here to 20th Suburni Command and actually learned quite a bit about the EOD and the CBRN world that I didn't even know existed within the FORSCOM element. So I thought this would be a great opportunity to kind of expose who the 20th Suburni Command is, because a lot of people probably don't know who we are.
That's good. And listen, I want to show you a question real fast. So Mike Rockwell, sorry, Sam, I had to do this. There's not an EOD shortage. It's just a cool-ass job. So don't be hating on Sergeant Major Chris and his team here, right? So tell us how – it's got to be a big command, right? It's all over the country, all over the world, right? What is 20th Suburni?
Yeah, the 20th Suburni Command is one of the premier elements within FORSCOM that handles all the Suburni assets and also the EOD assets for FORSCOM. EOD does have capabilities overseas as well, which Sergeant Watts will be able to touch a little bit later on as to where they are overseas. But here in the States, we have up to 16 installations, 2 EOD groups, and 1 Suburni brigade across the command that provides support to FORSCOM and other combatant commanders deployed. The biggest thing that I learned coming into this command was knowing what the weapons of mass destruction coordination teams and the nuclear disablement teams were something neat that I learned about that I didn't know existed. So We wanted to just kind of highlight that due to the fact that they're not just for 74 Deltas and 89 Deltas. We also, within our weapons of mass destruction coordination teams, we have 35 Fox 30 levels available. We have 25 Bravo 10 level and 20 levels, along with a 40 level. And then our 25 Sierras, we have one 10 level and then a 25 uniform 30. And a 91 Bravo 10 level that helps the guys obviously to take care of their equipment. But the biggest thing for those guys are they are a combatant commander asset. They provide support to and planning and coordination of executing of weapons of mass destruction operations. Each one of our weapons of mass destruction teams are geographically assigned to a combatant commander. So it was interesting to learn about those. And then the other piece that we have is our nuclear disablement teams. Sorry, the key piece with that one, I would highlight, is that 68 Sierra 40 level position. That is our NCOIC for our team, outside of our 74 Deltas and 89 Deltas.
So how does someone get to, oh, sorry, there's a question coming on. So how difficult is it to manage all these geographically dispersed units?
That one takes
Easy,
quite
right?
a bit to do. For me, I was lucky enough to pretty much outside of 10th Mountain Division, I've always been in a geographically dispersed element. So
First of all, climb to glory.
Yeah, absolutely, to the top. But coming into this command, it definitely puts a challenge on it, because my previous commands, I only had 3 battalions that were only scattered over 3 installations, 4 installations, versus being in this command where we're scattered over 16 installations between the battalion and brigade levels. So managing our career counselors is a huge challenge for sure.
It seems kind of simple to me, right? Nah, I was kidding, man. I was kidding. Hey, so hey, if you're liking the show so far, give some love to Sergeant Chris. Give him thumbs up here. You know, enjoy this. Ask your questions. So for the regular person, how does the regular 74 Delta 68? How do they get into 20th Suburban? How is it possible?
They can contact their branch managers. We don't have an application process specifically for those teams. That is a conversation down the road, but they just contact their branch managers and ask about coming to the Aberdeen Approving Down area, which is where the headquarters is. And we can't guarantee you're going to come to a WCT or an NDT, but based off of your backgrounds and your experience, we can figure out if you're going to go into the G3 or into one of those coordination teams. The only one that could guarantee that they're going to one of the teams is that 68 Sierra, because we don't have it anywhere else in the command.
Okay, I get that. That's fair enough. So enough about you, because I think we heard enough about 20th Suburban. People tuned in to hear the really cool stuff. I think the really cool stuff might be EOD. So if that's all you got tonight, Sergeant Chris, I think we'll move on and start Watts, the EOD recruiter. Is that cool?
Yeah, absolutely. Give it to Sergeant Watts. He would definitely school you on how to become an EOD technician and what capabilities they have for you.
Awesome. So, hey, Sergeant Watts, welcome and thanks for being in uniform. You're the most professional one here tonight.
Thanks, Matt. I appreciate it. You know, I just want to make sure I look the part.
You do. So you look like, so the hair's a little long. It's done well. So you look like EOD guy. So we appreciate that. I see the badge you got there too. So that's always important too.
I made sure I got a haircut that was even a little shorter to make sure I looked the part as well. You know, usually I sport a little bit longer hair, but you know, I want to make sure anybody that saw me and looking extremely professional.
That makes sense. I'm glad you shaved. I didn't shave today, so I'm glad you did.
I still have to.
Can we share your video, or do you want to do that hype video later on?
Oh yeah, you can share it right now.
All right, I'm gonna try to work controls here. I'm not very good at it, but I'm gonna give it a shot though.
No problem.
Ooh, I love these videos.
Well, it looks like someone said there's no sound there, but if you need sound, if you truly need sound, go to the EOD website and we'll put it here for you. So, hey, Sergeant Watts, tell us now, since we messed the sound up, how do they get in contact with you and see that cool ass video?
So there's the website goarmysoft.com. You can go there, you scroll down, you'll see EOD. Click on that, it'll bring you to that page. You'll also have the contact information for the 4 recruiters that are recruiting for EOD right now. There's only 4 of us, so give us a break. If you try to get a hold of us and you can't get a hold of us, just keep trying. Right now, there's 4. There's 2 stationed at JBLM and 2 stationed at Bragg. We pretty much break it down to Mississippi, so everything west of Fort Polk and all of PACOM is myself and my partner, Master Sergeant Reyes, and everything to the east of that is the Fort Bragg recruiting team and USER and all that. So Europe and all of those soldiers there go through Fort Bragg.
You know they're not give you a break, right? These are soldiers. They want to be EOD. They want to be it now. There's no breaks for you. So you got to recruit 24/7, right?
Yeah, we stay pretty busy. We stay pretty busy. We stay up when we go TDY a lot. We're TDY about twice a month, going to different installations that we have. Spreading our good word about EOD. And we stay up sometimes till about 8 or 9 at night trying to catch up on emails and stuff that we can't.
And you're going to find no soldier that's going to care about that. They want to be.
Oh yeah, no.
So, hey,
that's fine. We don't mind. That's what we're here for.
What is your brief? What is your brief for the soldier out there to become EOD? Give us your brief.
So I'm going to talk a little bit about the EOD mission. Kind of explain what we do. Then I'm going to talk about the requirements. Kind of break down what an EOD unit looks like, and then kind of give a little bit of information about the schoolhouse.
Okay,
so
go ahead.
Know what to expect. So the EOD mission is we identify, render safe, and dispose of conventional, chemical, biological, radiological, and nuclear ordnance, weapons of mass destruction, and IEDs. For your nukes and weapons of mass destruction, there's actually special units for that. That is, once you make it through school, you try out for. But the normal everyday EOD company will deal with your IED or your ordnance, threat. So, typical scenario is you're on the grenade range. You're throwing grenades. One doesn't go off. You got to shut the entire range down. You got to call EOD. We're going to get there, extremely fast, like 4 hours later. We're going to show up. We're going to blow up the grenade. And then we're going to go about our day, right? It sounds pretty easy. There's a lot of paperwork to it, but it's easy paperwork. As also anywhere stateside. So if you are any ordnance that's found off base, they will contact us. Local police will contact us, and we'll go take care of it. I've actually taken care of quite a few pieces of ordnance that have been off post quite often. My first call ever was a grenade. It was a practice grenade, though. It was in a trailer park that was abandoned. The police called me up and they said, "Hey, we found a grenade." I went, found out it was practice, so I just took it out to the range. So you deal with that.
I don't want to bypass that. You just brought there's a grenade and trailer park.
Yeah, so it was right outside of Fort Riley.
Okay.
And the trailer was abandoned. And the police called me and they said, "Hey, we have a grenade. We need you to come take care of it." So we did, there's a lot of steps kind of in between there. So we went out to take care of it. And I found out it was practice, but the trailer definitely looked abandoned. There was probably 1,000 pizza boxes stacked to the ceiling, trash all over the place. It smelled horrible. So it's not always
someone's party house right there.
Yeah, it's not always a great experience. But even that, when I was down in Fort Leonard Wood, there was cases of finding ordnance on what used to be a range, but is now the forest. Somebody's out training, or even just back in the day, World War II veterans bringing stuff home. They didn't believe in customs back then, so they would bring home anything they found. So you find stick grenades or anything like that in grandpa's shed that's got to get taken care of. So we go out and we take care of it. Obviously, we can't just blow up the shed. We have to find a way to render it safe. We don't want to, ruin grandpa's personal property. So we got to find a way to render it safe and take it to a local disposal area and take care of it.
So what are some of the benefits? What are some of the benefits of being EOD, do you think?
The benefits, actually having a mission stateside, right? So we don't spend countless hours in the motor pool painting rocks. We don't really do a lot of time fillers. There's not a lot of time fillers. We actually have a mission and we train for that mission. We have a lot of training. If you go EOD, you can expect to be training constantly. There's extra pays. You're going to get $150 a month demo pay and up to $375 SDAP, special duty assignment pay.
Well, real fast, let's not mention SDAP on this show because there are some career counselors out there that don't get SDAP anymore or never have. They hear about it all the time. So we'll keep SDAP conversation to a minimum, right?
Yeah, I'm with it. Hashtag get career counselors SDAP. Let's do it.
I like it.
So there's a lot of job satisfaction with what we do. You're going to travel as well. So we support the United States Secret Service. So anywhere the president, vice president, first lady, or foreign dignitaries go, we're going to show up a couple days prior to a week prior, and we are going to clear the area, and we're going to stay there while they're at that location, and we are going to ensure it's safe, checking vehicles and the like. So you're going to travel. I spent 2 weeks in New York for the 2016 elections. It was great. I stayed in a Marriott with the Secret Service. My room looked right down onto Times Square. It was a great experience. You make per diem while you're there, so you definitely get to experience what the Army promised you, traveling a lot. And it's not just traveling to the Middle East. You can definitely plan on deploying. My third EOD deployment happened prior to my 6th year in EOD. So if you want to deploy, EOD is definitely where you want to go.
So I saw civilian clothes now. That's top of the list for some people.
Yes, you do get civilian clothing allowance. Civilian clothing allowance is so
when you support and clothing allowance. Oh man.
Yeah, so you get your normal military clothing allowance, but you also get civilian clothing allowance every 3 years. That is to purchase civilian clothing for your VIP missions.
Okay. Hey Sam, do we have any questions for Sir Hall? Well, there they are. Go ahead, Chante.
All right, Sarn. So, Tolo Baseji wanted to know how challenging is EOD training and what are the attrition rates?
Ooh, EOD training is very challenging. I'm not gonna lie. It's very difficult.
How long is it?
So you're gonna go to phase 1, and phase 1 is roughly 10 weeks. And then once you pass phase 1, you go to phase 2, which is 7 to 9 months. It's 7 to 9 months, depending on if you're there for holiday block leave or if you roll out of class. The attrition rates, I'm not 100% sure what they are. We don't actually get that data, but last I heard it was somewhere around 70%.
Oh, wow.
The MOSTs, the reclass, have a lot better chance of passing than a soldier coming into the Army, though. Reason being, soldiers coming into the Army, they're usually afraid to speak to their instructors because they see an E5 or an E6 or an E7. They're private. They just got out of basic training. They're not supposed to ask questions. So that's one of the reasons. They're also still trying to learn how to be in the Army while going to an extremely challenging school.
That's actually really interesting that they even allow our soldiers like just off the streets into this MOS. I would think that this would be one of the ones that they would want that experience prior, but that's pretty cool.
Yeah, we get quite a bit of our career field from active duty.
Nice.
Hey Sam, what other question we have here? Any kind of bonus questions, because that's always a hot topic. Money, right?
Show me the money.
So we're offering tier 10 bonuses right now.
You said tier 10?
So tier 10 is 60 months for an E5 is about 72,000, I think, and
I'm
60 months for
that sounds pretty good, right?
Yeah, 60 months for E4 and below is I think 60 or 62,000. So it's definitely a chance to get money coming into EOD and then make more every month with our special pays.
That could be considered like life-changing money right there.
Yeah,
it definitely could. I got $8,000 for reclassing to EOD. So I'm not salty about it at all.
You sound
I
like
want
you
soldiers
are.
to make more money. I'm a little salty, but I definitely want soldiers to be afforded that opportunity to know that we do have a tier 10 bonus, and it's definitely a lot of money.
Good
So
deal.
you
So-
said
Go ahead.
that a lot of the soldiers that you guys get transferring in are active duty. So does the National Guard and Reserve have an EOD or other branches?
Yes, the National Guard has EOD.
Gotcha.
The Reserves does not. It's National Guard or active duty.
Do you recruit for the National Guard as well?
I do not, but I do have contact information for National Guard if any soldier reaches out to me that is National Guard that's looking for information.
Okay. Oh, you got a question. Someone wants to know what EOD deployments are like. How long are they usually? Typically, I know it kind of varies, but
yeah, it varies depending on who you're supporting. So if you're supporting a regular Army asset like infantry or engineers, you're going to deploy for 9 months.
Oof.
If you are supporting SOF, you will deploy for roughly 6 months.
gotcha.
Hey, I gotta throw this up here, bro. You're right, Dave. You're right. Who needs a stimulus check?
Yeah, that's Sergeant Major
Fine.
Silva. He's the 71st Group Sergeant Major.
Love that. Awesome. Hey,
He definitely pushes EOD pretty hard.
Hey, whenever you're ready, come on and we'll have a conversation. We love having leadership on here to talk the real stuff. But today it's recruiting. So what are some of the okay, go ahead.
Oh,
Jonathan.
Marcos wants to know, can you try to apply as a staff sergeant?
No, you cannot. Unfortunately, only take E5 and below. E5 non-promotable, and they cannot be within 23 months of MLI. MLI is the mandatory list integration. It's a lot of math. Just reach out to me and I'll help you.
Well, hey, speaking of the qualifications, the requirements, here they are. Do you want to talk about them real fast, Sergeant Watts?
Yes. So the requirements for EOD, you must be a U.S. citizen. You will be holding a top secret clearance. You have to have a POLHES of 111221 or better. 105 general maintenance score.
How many leg tucks does that mean?
15. about 5, I think. So our general maintenance score, we actually will waive up to 3 points. I don't know if we're supposed to make that public or not, but I will put in a waiver for you for 3 points.
Hey, it's a good deal. So I'm not smart enough to be EOD. So hey, more power to everybody else, though. Thanks.
So like we talked about, E3 through E5, non-promotable. E5, if you're a specialist, you're going to be promoted to E5. That's fine. We're actually part of the SMAP program as well. So if you meet the requirements upon graduation as a specialist, you will be promoted to sergeant. You must be eligible for top security clearance. And a lot of people come to me and they ask me, I don't know if I can get a top security clearance because, 16 years ago, this happened. Realistically, as long as you don't have anything detrimental to, like, you're trying to sell government secrets or anything like that, you will be eligible, right? Obviously, don't pass up on this opportunity because you don't think you can get a top secret clearance.
At least give it a shot, right?
Yeah.
Yes, at least give it a shot and see where you're see what you can do.
I also volunteer. Go ahead, Shantae.
Yeah. Oh, I have to say the important thing for anyone watching is that hot word was you have to be eligible. So you don't have to have that TS prior to applying. So don't let that stop you, because once you start working on that packet, get with your career counselor. If you have that GM score that's below what they need, your career counselor will help you get that waiver or, work on this clearance. So, I mean, the packet or being eligible to apply seems at first a little daunting, but it's really not. There's people that are going to help you.
It really isn't. Even if you don't have a secret clearance, which you have to apply, if you reach out to me, I can get you a memorandum to get you a secret clearance. Once you get accepted by our EOD proponent, you get a memo stating you can reclass, as well as that's where you take that memo to your S2 and start your top secret. So you definitely don't need to worry about, don't psych yourself out. Don't say, oh, well, I don't meet the standards. Reach out to me and we'll see what we can do to help you meet those standards.
And here's some required documentation to even be considered. So it's a letter of intent, a volunteer packet,
the packet's
SRB. Go ahead.
The packet's actually really easy to complete. I send you a bunch of paperwork. and you go to your local EOD company, and you're going to sit down with an EOD E7 or above and an officer, and you're just going to pretty much get interviewed. And they're just going to ask you a series of questions. You're going to fill out about 10, 11 pieces of paper, and then you send it to me. We don't really.
So Watts, you're lost
make
me
it
a
too
bunch
hard
of
for
paperwork. You lost 11 pieces of paper. You lost me here, man. Make it easier.
I know it sounds like a
easier.
lot, but it really isn't. It takes less than an hour to knock out the entire packet once you sit down with EOD personnel. It takes less than an hour. It's one of the easiest jobs to apply for, packet MOS, because we're not going to try and get you not to go to school. We're going to try and send you to school. School's hard enough. The school will decide if you will be EOD or not. That's not my job. My job's just to get you there.
Mm-hmm.
If you're deployed, we also have programs where we set up a VTC and you talk to an EOD officer and you do all of your paperwork online.
Okay.
We've thought of everything.
Why should someone consider being an EOD?
So I spent 8 years as a mechanic, and I actually had great leadership when I was in the Army. I really liked what I did, but it just became boring every day. The same thing, This vehicle's deadline. We need to fix it. This vehicle's deadline. We need to fix it. EOD is different. There's always something new to train on, and there's always something new to learn. Things are always changing. There's always a new sort of threat that's coming out. So it's one of the few jobs where you have to continuously stay on your feet, so you don't pretty much forget everything, or you just don't see what's coming and what's new, what's the new trends. It's a very rewarding MOS, and like we've talked about before, extra money. Who doesn't like extra money?
Who wants that, right?
Well, I got a question for you that's a little dear to my heart. Are EOD techs, are they airborne, or do they need to be airborne?
No, we actually do have 2 airborne units. We have the 28th, which is basically regiment support. They actually come to the schoolhouse and you try out for them. Then you can try out at the schoolhouse. You can go to your first unit and call them and try out, as well as the 767th, if I'm not mistaken. They are the airborne GRF unit.
Gotcha. That's cool.
Yes. I just saw Aaron Reyes. That's my counterpart. We work together.
What you got, Sam?
I have a quick question for you, Sarn.
Yes.
So you stated that there's only 4 recruiters, right?
Yes.
So what can career counselors or other leadership do to assist y'all with, getting in contact with those soldiers or help? Like, where do we go? So if say I was at, I don't know, a location that y'all aren't. You said JBLM and Bragg. So yes. I'm at Drum, right? So like, if you can't get in, I'm wishing it. Okay. But it I don't have a recruiter local to me. What could you suggest for career counselors or other leadership to assist you to make your life a little bit easier?
Really just reach out to me, and we can figure it out together. If you don't have an EOD company near you, we can find one that's willing to do a VTC. If you don't know the contact information for the EOD unit, we will provide it. We have an Excel sheet that has every single company's operations number on it. We have first sergeant's phone numbers, commander's phone numbers. We'll call and irritate anyone to help the career counselor and help the soldier.
They're on Facebook.
Reach out to us.
There's
we're
also
on
a pretty
Facebook.
cool website out there. It's called armorrealism.com that can help you out too. So if you ever get if you ever in trouble, come on over.
Yeah, so definitely career counselors can just reach out to us and explain the situation. And that would help us immensely, instead of just kind of saying, well, I don't really know where to go. They can reach out to us and we can point you in the right direction of the Army EOD unit that can help you.
We're going to bring Sergeant Major Chris back on here soon, and we're going to take some final thoughts because this has been a pretty good show. Oh, there you are, Sergeant Major Chris. Good. Hey, I'm glad you joined us again. Hey, so really, this has been a fantastic show talking about the benefits of EOD, how to become an EOD, 20th Sir Bernie. This is I think personally the videos sold me.
Yeah.
So keep making those videos, keep pushing them out there, guys, and we appreciate it. So, Sergeant Major Chris, well, actually, we'll start with Sergeant Watts. What are some final thoughts you have, Sergeant Watts, for the people thinking about being EOD?
One of the best things about EOD is the small unit. We have a 38 personnel per company. Fridays are kind of relaxed, civilian clothes, barbecue.
You had me there, man.
We're family. We're not coworkers. We're family. Every unit I've been to, even as a recruiter, when I go to a installation to recruit, I reach out to the company and they treat me like I'm one of their own. It's a very small MOS. There's maybe 1,300 of us enlisted. So you pretty much know everyone. You're going to see everyone. So you have to treat everyone like family instead of just a work environment. We have to have trust. We all have to trust each other.
And everybody better follow this. If you're on Twitter, Instagram, follow EOD CSM because Dave seems to be all over social media. So I'm going to follow him tonight.
Star Major Silva is one of our best assets out there. It doesn't matter where it is, the Army WTF moments or any page. He's on there. People are like, I don't like my job. Star Major Silva's right there. He's like, hey, I got a job that you will like. He's extremely approachable. So don't be afraid to talk to him if you see him.
That's funny. Hey, thanks, Sergeant Watts. Sergeant Major Chris, what are your final thoughts for the show tonight?
The only thing that I want to just make sure that everybody understands, Shante touched on it, and same thing with Sam. The career counselors, once that packet gets done, make sure the approval memorandum gets to your career counselor. Mm-hmm. That is the biggest problem we have right now is the packets go to Fort Lee for approval. They come back down and then they go stagnant. And then Sergeant Watts and the teams are trying to track these guys back down to say, hey, why are you not loaded into training? It's because we haven't done our job of getting them loaded into training due to the memorandum not reaching the career counselor.
That makes sense. So listen up, career counselors. You heard it here from Sergeant Major Chris. So, hey, thanks, Sergeant Major Chris. Thanks, Sergeant Watts. Sergeant Shante Waterbury. I almost called you Sergeant Major Waterbury. So, hey.
Oh, you got promoted.
But thanks. It's been an awesome show tonight. It's time to close it down because, listen, it's that time of day again. So thanks for tuning in, everybody. Until next Tuesday. Well, Sam, when's the next show? Is it next Tuesday?
Yes. Let me.
Yes, so the 30th.
Yes, the 30th is our big one.
Special show for us, too.
Yeah.
So if anyone saw me smiling pretty hard here a few minutes ago, it's because I just confirmed a very special guest for next week who I've been dying to get her on the show. So next week we will have some women in the military that are in leadership positions that are they're going to come on and talk about, some of the things that they've encountered. But yeah, I'm not going to give too much away. Tune in next week and it's going to be a great show.
That's awesome. So again, Shante, Sam, thank you very much for the support tonight. Sergeant Major Chris and Sergeant Major Watts. Hey, thanks for coming on. And Sergeant Major Dave Silva, thanks so much tonight. All right. So until next week, see you all then. All right. Have a good night.
Good night.